Hi everyone, it's Chenzo from Reality Art Pod, here to talk about the challenge Season 40, Episode 15, titled Thinking Thin Era. We're so back after a bit of a break. Let me jog your memories. Where we left off, Derek and Rachel won the daily and sent Josh and Corey into elimination, where the Hay Bales sent Josh packing. Corey set Aviv, Jenny, and Michelle as targets for this week. Before I dive in, I put a link in the description to my playlist where you can catch up on my previous recaps. If you like the content, consider liking and subscribing. My recaps aren't meant to replace the original material, so if you missed the episodes, I highly encourage you to seek it out. And if you love the challenge, I put a link for you to try Paramount Plus for free. But let's dive into the episode. After Josh's elimination, Kara is appreciative that Corey kept her safe from being a target, which is fair, but Kara's existence is annoying to Banana's Angels, who complain about her being thankful. Rachel is double dealing with the Angels and the Vacation Alliance and wants to use her connections with Jordan and Tori to social game her way to the finale. Tori is also appreciative for being kept safe. Don't say thank you too loud in that castle. God forbid anyone be appreciative. Aviv is stressed, and rightfully so. She's coming into this daily as a target with a penalty for coming in last place in last week's daily and her foot injury. So they head to their daily challenge in the forest and awkwardly await further instructions. And they wait and they wait and they wait. Then Stunt Queen TJ crawls out of a hole in the ground. TJ tells them they have to go into the Coochie tunnels that are full of ants and rats. They'll do an underground slide puzzle, collect puzzle pieces, then race back and complete their block puzzle. The man and woman who win will be safe from elimination and being targeted. The losing woman will be going straight into elimination, and the losing man will have a penalty next week. For losing last week's daily, Aviv will have a 2-minute penalty against her. They get started, and these tunnels do look really dark and tight. There are bats in the tunnels, which is terrifying. It's pretty straightforward and kind of easy. I feel like anyone could do this. Anytime I'm watching the challenge and I'm feeling like I could do it, kind of concerning. Tori's up first, and she does well. The puzzle at the end is maybe the easiest puzzle I've ever seen on a competition show. It's obviously TJ's face, and he's standing right there. Bananas times out on the face puzzle, which is funny, and he talks smack about TJ's face right in front of him, saying whoever this is, I hate their face. So the tunnels that they're going through aren't meant to be a maze. The producers block off hallways that they don't want them to run down. On Aviv's turn, she goes down one of the blocked off hallways, leaves the tunnel, and gets lost in the woods looking for the slide puzzle that's underground in the tunnels. They even dunk on Aviv, showing her pinpoint on the map going all the way out into the nothingness. TJ later tells Aviv that she's disqualified because she went through an obviously blocked off path. Kyland is going full Kyborg, telling us he's fighting to protect Michelle and keep her safe. Rachel really struggles with this puzzle and times out, so this snooze fest ends late at night when TJ announces the daily winners as Tori and Kyland, and the losers are Bananas, who will have a penalty next week, and Aviv, who will be going straight into elimination. Since Kyland is pretty much in charge and just announced that he's fighting for Michelle, it's obvious that Jenny is going in at this point too. Back at the castle, Michelle and Kyland celebrate being in a great spot and likely making it to their first finals. The next day, it's Michelle's birthday, and Kara, Tori, and Derek are making a little celebration for her, complete with a lap dance from Caro Mario, or Carl depending on who you ask, and Tori is in drag as Devin, laid out in bed and ready for Michelle. It's nice to see these girls having fun and making friends, especially Kara. It's nice to see her laugh, and it's such a difference from All Stars 4. They go to the deliberation. I was genuinely curious to see the arguments anyone could make to get Kyland to turn on Michelle on her birthday. There's no attempt, no campaign. Why did they even run up the light bill in the deliberation chamber to go down there? They could have been giving them drinks, sending them to the club, and hoping that they fight to fill the time. Later on, Kyland and Corey mention that a black male hasn't won the show since Nehemiah on season 15, and rally around that cause, and not wanting to see Bananas and Jordan winning another season. In preparation for the elimination, Aviv FaceTimes with her husband, which will give her some motivation, and with Banana's blessing, Rachel also makes a deal with Jordan to further solidify her social ties in the game moving forward, which will probably be more important in the future. They head to elimination where Kyland officially chooses Jenny. They'll be playing Iron Triangle, where they'll be in a triangular cage, fighting over a 10-pound ball. They need to get the ball, throw it out of the cage, and have it land within the circle to score a point. The first player to 2 points will win and stay in the game. They get started, and Jenny quickly snatches the ball. Aviv is on Jenny's ass, and Jenny overshoots, resetting the round. The next round is pretty much the same, but Jenny gets her ball inside the circle and scores the point. In the third round, Aviv tackles Jenny and rides her like a backpack, which was impressive from both women, with Aviv latching onto Jenny and Jenny carrying Aviv. But Aviv just never gets control of the ball, and eventually Jenny scores a second point and eliminates Aviv. So we lose Aviv here, who came back to the show after I believe the longest hiatus of anyone on the cast, and for the longest time there was this question mark over her her as this random winner who just disappeared, but could have returned and been a great competitor. So there were a lot of what ifs there, and if you ask me generally if I'd like to see Aviv back, I would say yes. On the return, we got to see her and Darrell briefly, which was unsatisfying because they clearly aren't ride or dies, as he kind of turned on her, which sucked. She's pretty quiet, she says she's laying low. She joins Bananas Angels. She hurts her foot, which you'd think would matter, but it never really ends up affecting her that much. She goes home here in her first elimination, and while I think that she's not really good TV and didn't bring much by way of entertainment, she did show up in great shape and is a great competitor and showed that after all this time and as a mom, she can still do it, which achieves her goal. I'd be shocked if we saw her again on the show, though I wouldn't complain if she were to come back for All Stars, as I think she's a better fit for that program. Following Aviv's departure, Jenny assigns the targets for next week, obviously picking Jordan, Corey, and Derek. I'm worried for Derek there, but if he can avoid being in last place in the daily, maybe Corey tries to take Jordan out. I'm out of things to say. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this episode and what do you think will happen next week. If you liked the video, consider liking and subscribing. I'll be back next Wednesday with more challenge. Until then, have a nice weekend. Bye!